Back in May, I started building myself a chicken coop because it seemed like the sensible next step in my backyard homestead plan. With limited DIY skills and no construction experience, I estimated 3 weeks for the build. 3 months later, it's almost finished. I have grand plans to get the chicken coop finished. I don't know if it's going to happen because I tried to work on the run door earlier on, and all that happened was I drew a picture and then sat in the run staring into space for a while before I gave up and went back inside. So I'm going to try something simpler. I'm going to install the automatic chicken door that I've had for a while now, because then at least I'll feel like I've achieved something today. I should probably install this from the inside of the coop so I don't hit a stud, because then I'll have a giant hole in the wall and I might have to set fire to it. And I don't think I've got the energy for that. If I achieve nothing else today, I'm going to build a door for the chicken run. It requires loads of skills that I don't have yet, but that has not stopped me before, so I'm going to get cracking. Moment of truth. Is this going to fit in the gap for the door? I mean, it should do. There's no reason it won't fit, but that has never stopped me before. You'd think this project would have taught me by now that nothing ever goes right the first time. I wanted a 1/2 inch gap between the door and the frame all the way around, and a 1/2 inch between where the top piece of the door meets the bottom piece of the door so they can swing open freely. So I factored in an 1.5 inch total difference in height, and I should have factored in an inch total difference in width, but I did an 1.5 inches for both. So we live and learn. Take 2. It's a bit warped, but it'll do. If you think I've never used a chisel before, you'd be right. I'm not about to win any woodworking awards, but for a first attempt, it could be a lot worse. Hanging a door single-handedly is not the easiest thing I've ever done, but if you haven't seen the rest of the coop build, I've managed to do it all on my own so far. I am not expecting this to work. Oh my goodness. I've never been happier to be wrong about something in my life. If anyone needs me, I'll just be here opening and closing this door for the rest of the day. I've still got half to go, but I am so impressed with myself. I could have bought one of the higher end chicken coops on the market with the money I've spent on this, but I would not have that same feeling of satisfaction that I have right now. I didn't get the door of the chicken coop finished yesterday because I went on a 15-mile bike ride with one of my friends instead, so I've still got the top half to get done today. When people ask why it takes me so long to finish anything, I could say because filming something makes it take 3 times as long. But in reality, I spend about half the time again looking for stuff that I've put down and lost. The amount of pencils I've used on this project is ridiculous. I've made the foolish mistake of making the door square when the frame isn't square, so I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit to make it fit right. If you don't look too closely, it could almost be finished. I've got to put some hardware on the door so I can close it and keep it closed. I want to put more hardware cloth in the gaps under the run, and I need to install a couple more air vents into the coop for air circulation. And then I've got to do things like more hardware cloth on the ground outside to make it a bit more predator proof, make a little ramp so they can get in and out of their chicken door, put some fun things in the run so it isn't too dull. And I've got big plans to make shingles and clad the front of the coop like I did the little nesting box roof. But it might take a while till I get to that because I am ready for a little bit of a break from the coop. I want to get it to the point where I can put chickens in it, and then I can worry about making the front of it look pretty at a later date. And now, here's a quick ad from Saley. One of the reasons I haven't actually got my chickens yet, aside from needing to put the finishing touches on the chicken coop, is I've got some travel plans coming up at the end of the month. I am not a relaxed traveller, I'm a creature of habit, and travelling usually leads to me overthinking and trying to plan for every eventuality, which just isn't possible. Saley are helping to take some of the stress out of my travel plans. They're an easy-to-use eSIM app that help you stay connected in over 200 countries across the world. eSIMs are digital SIM cards that work without you needing to switch the physical SIM in your phone. With Saley, simply download the app, choose your data plan, install it on your phone, and you're set. It'll activate instantly on arrival, and you'll have internet wherever you go without the extortionate roaming fees. If you've ever been lost abroad or badly needed internet miles from Wi-Fi, you'll understand the difference that having a local SIM can make. I've made some questionable hotel choices on solo trips in the past and racked up expensive phone bills trying to find alternate accommodation with luxuries such as doors that actually locked and car parks that weren't full of burnt out vehicles. Needless to say, that particular hotel did not have Wi-Fi. Compatible with iOS and Android with 24/7 chat support, Saley have a built-in ad blocker that stops browser ads from loading and can save up to 28% of your mobile data. Get an exclusive 15% off Saley eSIM data plans, download the Saley app and use code REWILDINGDUDE at checkout. And that's another job ticked off the list. The end of this project is within touching distance. I was gonna list all the jobs that I was planning on doing today, but it's raining, so I'm just gonna get on and do them. The chickens need to be able to get out of their little door, so I'm making a ramp out of leftover timber and some sticks. I've just noticed that some of the leaves have started to change colour and fall off the trees, and I'm not sure that I'm ready for autumn and the long dark nights of winter yet. The chicken run structure is pretty much done. All I've got left to do is put rainwater collection on it, but it's just started raining again, so I'm going inside and this rainwater will remain uncollected. I found this old guttering in the undergrowth behind the cottage, and it's going to be perfect for attaching to the bottom of the chicken run so that I can harvest as much rainwater as possible. Because although it doesn't really look like it, we've had a really dry summer here in Scotland, and I'm on a private water supply. I am very aware that if the water level gets too low, I might not have access to water. So rainwater collection it is. Okay, I need a hacksaw, an impact driver, some bits of scrap wood, and all of the bits of pipe stuff that I picked up from the DIY shop and put in a safe place. Just need to remember where the safe place was. I probably need to invest in a bigger hacksaw. Never think you can get away without drilling pilot holes, dude. The clips on 3 out of 4 of the plastic brackets snapped when I was putting the guttering on, and that's because they've been lying out in the sun for who knows how long and they've gone all brittle, but it seems to be fairly solid. It'll do for now. I'll replace them at some point. I am not going back to the DIY shop today. It's just gonna have to do. I should probably check this works before I finish the rest of it. Annoyingly, the rest of the water butt fitting is going to have to wait till I have the right kind of pipe elbows because I can't make these ones fit right at the angle that they're at. So I've ordered some 92-degree ones that will hopefully do the job and I can pick them up tomorrow. In the meantime, I've got plenty of other things I can be getting on with. In order to be able to fill up the watering can easily, I'm going to need another paving slab to balance you on, which means more levelling. Hooray! 2 down, 5 to go. Today is the day that I finish working on the chicken coop, and I will be out here till midnight if necessary. If you're putting in one water butt, you might as well put in two, because more water is always better. And my plan is to connect them at the bottom so they'll fill evenly and I can access all the water from the front tap and not have to climb through the patch of stinging nettles that I've just sat down in. If this doesn't leak, I'm going to be seriously impressed. We'll fill it up and check that it works. The internet says it will, and when have people on the internet ever been wrong? While it's doing that, I can connect the pipe from the gutter to the water butt. This is exactly what I expected would happen, and now I need to figure out the best way of stopping it. Hopefully without having to go back to the DIY shop. I've fixed the leaking tap and I've cut all of the pipes that I need, and I've put a couple of Jubilee clips on the connector between the water butts, and if that doesn't stop them leaking, I'm probably going to have to order something specific because nothing I've got lying around works. So I probably need some kind of hose fitting, but I'm refilling them. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I'll move on to the next job and I'll come back to that at a later date. There's been a colony of bees living in the bush behind the chicken coop all summer, and I think today might be the day they've decided to move out because there are bees everywhere, and I'm trying to ignore them and not accidentally step on them, but it's quite difficult because they're crawling over everything. I might have accidentally become a beekeeper. I'm embracing the motto of done is better than perfect when it comes to the coop, because I've been working on it all summer and there's still some things that I could do to it and that I probably will do to it in the future, but it is ready for chickens now, so I'm calling it good. I honestly can't believe that I've done this. On one hand, I'm tired of looking at it, but on the other, I have never done anything like this in my life. It is the biggest project I've ever undertaken, and I've learned to use new tools, I've learned new skills, and I never would have dreamed that I could have done this a year ago, and I am really, really pleased with how it's turned out. Now I just need to put some chickens in it. Thanks for watching. See you next weekend.